Hi, today we're going to show you how to submit the SAC application. First, go to the SAC website at www.mountsac.edu/apply. We recommend you use Google Chrome as your search engine as it works best with our application system. Once you're on this page, scroll down until you find the blue Apply Now button. This will take you to the California Community College SAC Apply page, which is the page used for all students who want to apply to a community college in the state of California. If you have been part of a dual enrollment or special admit program, you already have an account. Simply click the sign in button and type in your email or mobile number used when you first completed the account. If you don't remember either information, just simply click on Forgot Password and it'll prompt you to create a password and retrieve your information and get to the SAC application. If you do not have an account, just simply click on the Create an Account button and use an email of your preference. Again, make sure that the email is not your high school email, but a personal email. Then click Email My Security Code. Once you get the security code, you will then verify your email and it will then take you to the Create an Account page, which will ask you for your personal information. In the Create an Account page, you will be asked for 3 pieces of information: your contact information, your personal information, and your password. In the first section, please make sure that you're writing the correct email. Remember, no high school email. It needs to be a personal email and your phone number. In the next section, please make sure that you have written down the correct name and it needs to be your legal name. No nicknames, please. The next section is going to ask for your home address. Please verify that you are writing the correct address in the spaces provided. Lastly, make sure that you create a password for this account. Once you have created a password, we highly recommend that you write down this password as you will have a different password in a future step for your SAC portal. Once you create a password, if you are over the age of 18, you may get a prompt that says to verify your account. If you have all of the information to verify the account at the moment, please feel free to click on the Verify Me Now. If you do not have all of the information, no problem. Just click on Verify Me Later to bypass this and verify your application or your account at a later time. If you put Verify Me Later, it will then take you to the SAC application. In this page, we will be working on a couple of things. Number one, making sure if you have any applications that you started, they would be in the section where it says in progress applications. And when you scroll down a little bit more, you'll see account information. Please make sure that in this section you correct any errors that you may have regarding your legal name, your address, your birthday, your phone number, and your email. If you need to make any corrections, just click on the Edit My Account button. When you're ready, you're going to click on Start New Application. It'll take you to this next screen. You will see on the left-hand side all of the sections that we need to complete. A section that is complete will have a check mark. A section that is incomplete will have a circle, either semi-complete or completely untouched, unfinished. So all of these sections, you need to make sure that they have a check mark in order for your application to be complete. We're going to start with the enrollment. Under the enrollment section, you have a couple of questions. The term you are applying for, when you click on it, it'll give you the different terms that you can select from. You're going to have an educational goal. For most high school graduates that just graduated from their senior year from their high school, we recommend any of the first 3 options based on whatever your goal is. If you want to transfer and get an associate's, or just transfer without an associate's, or just obtain an associate's degree without transfer. So any of these 3 we recommend. Once you select your educational goal, you're going to select what is your major. So you have a couple of options. If you're unsure, then just select all majors. If you know exactly what you want, you want to transfer and get an associate's. An associate's is a 2-year degree. You can just click transfer degree with an associate's. AA stands for Associates of Arts and Transfer. AS stands for Associates of Science and Transfer. If you just want a 2-year degree, that's an Associates of Science or an Associates of Arts. And then your intended major, there are a lot of options on the website. Choose the best one, whatever it is that you want to study. And then once you're done, You're going to click the Save button, or you can just click Continue. Under the Profile section, you're going to answer this question. Have you ever had a previous change of name? If you have not, then it's a no. There will be a question where it asks for your social security number. If you are a U.S. citizen, you were born in the United States, or if you are a green card holder, you will say yes, and you will put your social security number in twice. If you do not have a social security number, you were not born in the United States, you're undocumented, you're an AB 540 student, you can still go to college. You do not need a social security number to go to college. Just say that you don't have one at the time, and you're going to check this little box that basically says that you're going to give the college additional information about your status. And we just want to communicate to all students who are in this situation that none of this information ever goes to immigration entities. Please feel assured that your information, whatever you put in this question, is completely confidential and safe. Okay? Then you're going to scroll down, and your address was already verified when you created your account. So just click on the first little square that says that your address is the same as in the account that you just created. And then you're going to click Continue. Under Education, you're going to have a lot of options. You're going to select the first one, first time student in college after leaving high school. Under High School Education, you're going to put received high school diploma from a school in the U.S. And then you're going to select your graduation date. So make sure that you're putting the date and not your birthday. I've seen that happen. And then, did you receive your diploma from a school in California? You're going to say yes. Have you attended high school in California for 3 or more years? Yes. Current or more recent high school, you're going to put attended a high school. Country, United States, California. And then you're just going to type in the high school that you attended. For this example, we're going to use West Covina High School in the city of West Covina. Under high school transcript information, if you have your transcript available, I would highly recommend that you refer to that instead of guessing, or go into the system that gives you the most accurate information for this. So it's asking for your unweighted GPA at the end of 11th grade. And then the next question is, what is your highest English course completed in high school? At this point, it's going to be 12th grade English, but you get to decide, is it AP, is it honors, or is it regular? So here you will make the choice that best fits for you. And then, what was your highest grade in that class? And the same thing for math. What is the highest math that you took? If you're a senior and you're currently taking trigonometry, then that is the highest math that you took. And then, what's the highest grade you have? If grades have not posted, you can put what you have at that moment. And then you're going to click Continue. This next section is under citizenship and military. It's going to ask you if you're a U.S. citizen, permanent resident, green card holder, refugee, visa, or other. If you are born in the United States, you're a U.S. citizen. If you have a green card, also known as a permanent resident, you will select that. If you select permanent resident, it will ask you for your alien registration number, which is on your green card. If you are an undocumented student, you do not have a social security number, you will select other and no documents. Under military, you're going to select the one that best applies to you and then click Continue. Now we're under residency. It's going to ask you, have you lived in California since that date? If you say yes to this, ignore out-of-state activities because that does not apply to you. And then, have you ever been in court-ordered foster care, yes or no? Once you answer that, click Continue. And then these are questions about your interests and needs. So, are you comfortable reading and writing English? Are you interested in receiving information about money for college? Are you receiving any TAMP, CalWORKS, SSI, or general assistance? The best way to describe this question when students are unsure is if your family gets any kind of meal vouchers to purchase like groceries, the answer to this would be like yes. If you're unsure, just click no. You don't know what you don't know. And then move on to the next question. Are you interested in athletics or sports at Mount SAC? And then select the one that best applies to you. Programs and services, we have a number of services and programs at Mount SAC. Choose the one that best applies to you, any that you feel you would benefit from, and then click continue. And now we're under demographic information. So you will get asked a gender question. You'll get asked a transgender question and sexual orientation. Again, the state of California asks these questions for research purposes. You have to answer, but you don't have to answer. What do I mean? By that meaning, you can decline to state if you don't feel comfortable answering any of these questions. Do you have any children? And then parents' educational levels. If you don't know your parents' educational levels, you don't have to overthink this. Just click unknown. But if you know it, select the one that best applies. Under race and ethnicity, the first question is, are you Hispanic or Latino? If you say yes, then you're going to select the one that best applies. If you identify with more than one race, then you can also make another selection. If you're not Hispanic or Latino, then you're going to say no, and then you're going to select the one that best applies to you, and then you're going to click continue. Under supplemental questions, again, these are very self-explanatory. You're going to go through these questions. The main questions, when we look at these, are the last 6 questions. But the main ones start here with this question. Do you have a U.S. high school diploma? We're going to say yes. The application assumes that you have already graduated from high school. It's going to ask you, did you go to an adult school? And if you went to a typical regular high school, you'll say no to this. And then have you completed adult education? Again, it's a no because you went to a normal high school. And then have you ever had a Mount SAC ID? So if you ever did dual enrollment or special admit, you have a Mount SAC ID. It typically starts with the capital letter A, and then it'll be some numbers. If you've never done anything at Mount SAC, that would be a no. And then have you ever been on probation or on parole? Yes or no. And then have you ever been incarcerated, part of the system? Yes or no. And then click continue. Once we have completed the supplemental questions, we are ready to submit your application. You can review all of your application by clicking Review My Application button. Please keep in mind that once you submit your application, you cannot make any more edits. Read the request for consent to release information and consent or don't consent, and then make sure that you click on those 2 little boxes to make sure that you have answered all the questions to the best of your ability. And when you're ready, click on the blue button that says Submit My Application. Once you submit your application, you will get a confirmation page. In this confirmation page, you will have a very, very important number called the confirmation number. Make sure that you take a picture of this or you write down this number, because if anything should happen with your application in the time it's being processed, we will need that number to track your submission. What happens now? You have now submitted your application. Within a week or 2, you should get an email from Mount SAC with your official Mount SAC username and your Mount SAC ID number, which you will use for the next step of the application process. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to our high school outreach specialist or our office. Welcome to Mount SAC.